Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsyreplays. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're looking at the Hellcat. This is a long video coming. It's been a while. I should have made it a long time ago, to be honest, but I just haven't had the time. It got buffed a few updates ago, and the DPM is crazy. 2,467. Absolutely fantastic. The Hellcat has always been a good tank, but even so, now it is amazing. 5.47 on the reload, penetration 175 on your AP, 243 on your APCR, and 45 on your on your HE. Sorry, damage 225 per shot, 190 on your Pramo and 270 on your HE. Aim time is good at 3 seconds. And dispersion 0.317, and it has 10 degrees of gun depression. And the speed is basically a light tank at 65 kilometers per hour. Very, very nice tank. It's got a lovely gun, lovely speed. Doesn't have much armor at all, but I think the buff was unnecessary. The DPM buff was really unnecessary. I would have preferred like a Traverse. I think the Traverse is quite slow, but it is what it is. It's still a great tank, and we are going to have a couple of battles here. Now, people watching this is me. People watching this are going to think like a minute into the game, I am the biggest noob ever because I'm about to lose quite a lot of hit points. But I'm not going to lie, I actually lost these hit points on purpose because, you know, if you look at the hit points now, 69 hit points, that's when I turn into beast mode, and that's exactly what's going to happen. So I wanted to get to 69 hit points left. Obviously 69 hit points is it. You try it. Try and get down to 69 hit points yourself, and all of a sudden you just turn into like a beast, into beast mode, and you just can turn like completely OP. So that only happens when you lose your hit points very early on. If you get down to 69 hit points when there's like a minute left, it won't work. But when there's like 5 or 6 minutes left, it automatically turns on to this beast mode. So we have pumped out 1400 damage, which is still pretty good. So far it's still pretty good, and there is now it is 4 against 4, so at least we know where the 4 enemy tanks are. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wait, sit at the back, use my lovely gun and my lovely speed to get into the position that I want to be in, and pretty much just use my teammates. My teammates have got plenty of hit points left. You can see 2 of them are pretty much full hit points, and the ARL is still got quite a few hit points left. So I'm just going to sit back and wait for my team to open them, and then I'm just going to open my gun and just completely tear them apart. So the SU-152 is up there. I can't quite see him just yet, and you can see my team are all getting spotted. So I'm hoping the 3 medium tanks on the enemy team are going to come very shortly, and here we are. We do get lucky. So a VK30 up there, we do get a nice shot onto him, and you can see the reload. It's literally what, 4.2 seconds with adrenaline. Absolutely crazy. And I'm disappointed with a few people actually. Quite a few people sent me the sent me a Hellcat replay, and I'm the only person who's actually got the real Hellcat camo. I mean, what other camo can you have on a Hellcat than a cat camo? Like, no one uses the cat camo on a Hellcat. This should be the legendary camo for the Hellcat. A cat camo on a Hellcat? Oh, who cares? Who cares if the camo looks hideous? It's a cat camo on a Hellcat. It's a must. It's an absolute must. But you can see it's now 2 against 2, but we're still farming away. We are still farming away. We're on 2k damage now. We're a one shot, so there's no point us rushing in and dying, because we would obviously get killed. But you can see we're going to have to switch to the APCR just to pen the Panther. The Panther's got nice armor now, but not good enough for us. We can just get through him, no problem. And before you know it, it is a 2 versus 1. We are just completely tearing the enemy team apart, and we are going to get the kill. So there we go. We lost all our hit points, left 69 hit points very early on, and we still win the game on 69 hit points. 2,985 damage. That was only enough for a first class. Of course, we were sat at the back and most of it, so if we was at the front, maybe we would have got the ace. But still a good game. You're not going to bounce. Like I said, people are going to start shooting. People will shoot HE at you because you literally have no armor. You're a glass cannon. People, especially when you get to the KV2s, the Smashers, SU-152s, they all just completely tear you apart. So next up, we have Tommy Killer. Unfortunately, I don't think this is going to be a win. I think this is actually a loss. But he's going to sit in this bush. He's going to start off and sit in this bush. And you could play that. The thing I love about the Hellcat, because it's so fast, and it has got that fantastic DPM, you could play it really however you want to play it. You can play it like a TD and just completely farm from distance. Or you can play it sort of second line, definitely not front line, because you will get absolutely torn apart. As I've said, if there's a smasher or anything big, you are a one shot to those guys. So definitely not front line. Try and sitting at the back, I would say definitely the best way to play the tank. At least until you know where the enemy are, you can then sort of dish out the damage, bring their hit points down, and then rush them later on in the game. That's pretty much how I would play this tank. Now, Tommy, he manages to get a bounce. Somehow he managed to get a bounce. He's now going to rush the Annihilator before he reloads, and he does take him out. So at the moment, it is a 6 versus 6. There's a couple of light tanks, medium tanks to the right side. You can see the VK 2801 there. So he's just going to wait. He's going to get a nice shot into him. So Wargaming obviously buffed all these lower tier tanks, the tier 7 TDs, the tier 6 TDs, and all of them. But I honestly really don't know why some of these buffs, like the Hellcat, every good name is taken. He loves this tank, and I can understand why he loves this tank. It's his favourite tank in the game. He's got pretty much every camo available for the tank, and I can understand why that he loves this tank. It's a very good tank, and I would probably rate this up there as probably the best TD in tier 6. Definitely, there's not many TDs, tank destroyers, that come close to the Hellcat, even with no armor. And I'd also go as far as to say that this is probably, other than some tanks like the Panzer IV S, the Cromwell B, there is a few other tanks, but I would go as far as saying this is actually not just TDs, but this is one of the best tier 6s in the game. If you know how to play. Obviously, if you're going to rush forward into the enemy, get shot by a KV2, get shot by a Smasher, SU-152, anything like that, then yeah, of course, you're not going to do well. You're going to go back to the garage very, very quickly. If you're going to play it like that, then yeah, you're not going to think the tank is very good. But play it from distance, just like Tommy is doing here. He is playing it from distance. He's unfortunately going to come up against another Hellcat on the enemy team. So at the moment, it is a 2 versus 3. You can see there he is loading up the HE. You can even HE the front of a Hellcat from a Hellcat. So that's just goes to show how poor the armor profile is. But unfortunately, it's a 2 versus 3. He is out of AP. He's run out of AP, so he's only got APCR and he's only got HE left. And his last remaining teammate is a one shot as well, which is a Dracula. So there's still a lot of hit points to get through. His team are losing on supremacy points, or they're just about to lose on supremacy points. The enemy have got 2 caps. If he could take out this Hellcat, he needs to start shooting the HE. He does have HE loaded, and you can see there, nice 287. So 3 shots like that, and the Hellcat will be gone if he can do that. He can't quite get his gun down enough. He needs to reposition himself. He needs to reset his camo. Unfortunately, there is a KV2 there. He's going to go for the KV2. If the KV2 misses, he misses a shot, then he will easily be able to take, with the reload of this thing, he'll be able to take that KV2 out nice and easy before he reloads his gun. So there's 1 shot, there's 2 shots, and of course, He is shooting APCR because he's run out of AP, so he's doing less damage. So it's going to take more shots than usual to take this guy out. But the Dracula is there. Very good focus there, both of them on the one tank, and that clears the most dangerous tank. So he can now actually take a couple of shots, and that was a nice shot, but unfortunately gets hit by a nasty shot from the Hellcat there. That was so unfortunate. That was probably a game changer, because now that shot from the Hellcat puts him on a one-shot. Nice miss there from the VK, but in return he misses his shot. But they have to do something. They have to do something. They're on 920, the enemy on 950 supremacy points, but of course they have two bases. Here comes the Hellcat for the rush. There's one, and it is a lovely, lovely shot, but unfortunate he doesn't manage to kill, and that is 1,000 hit points. Leaves both tanks on a one shot. Very unfortunate, but nice ace. If you haven't had the Hellcat, or if you haven't played the Hellcat, go buy it, because it is a fantastic tank. Hope you enjoy the video. I'm Meadsy, and I'll catch you soon.